Hi, come on in. I'm your Rockin Dolly, Daphne Danger. Welcome to Roundup Fashion. We've all seen mesh bodies that can look absolutely devastating when done right. I hear a lot of people tell me how much of a nightmare it was trying to set theirs up, and it absolutely doesn't have to be. I'm going to help you get that look that turns heads. And in order to do that, you want to learn not only how to set your new mesh body up, but how to work on every detail, the hands, the fingernails, the proportions, everything. Now, for this tutorial, I'm going to show you the Belleza body. The HUD's simple to use, and you can do a lot with it too. The skin tab explains itself. You can adjust the tone of your skin, and if you're going for a more exotic look, like a cosplay, perhaps inspired by Mystique, for example, you can even pull a color palette to customize it. Now, if you do decide to do this, I recommend getting a porcelain skin applier like hemoglobin to give you a nice clean foundation. The alpha layer will help you adjust for mesh clothing, especially if any embarrassing parts stick out. Let's try to avoid wardrobe malfunctions here, folks. Dealing with this can be a bit challenging. Some of the bits can be a bit hard to click being so small, and the mesh clothing doesn't always want to match up. So you may end up with some small bits sticking out or missing. That's fine, just do the best you can. Fingernails, again, that's self-explanatory. Now bear in mind, if you apply glove pliers to your body, the fingernails will still stick out, so be aware of that unless that's the look you're going for. The shape tab will help you with the shape of your fingers, your feet, and various other things. This is helpful with footwear to align your feet with their shape. Now if you can't find one that matches the footwear, there's another way to handle that by going back into the alpha tab and simply applying the alpha to the feet. You can even adjust the neck sheath here if you have a mesh head and you get a weird crease around your neck. That will help conceal it. Now be careful if you have a custom color skin because the neck sheath will still look flesh colored. The hands can be adjusted as well, for instance. If your character carries, say, a weapon or a bag, you can adjust this to make your avatar look like they have their hands wrapped around so it looks more authentic, or if you just want to make an interesting gesture. I'm not responsible for any kind of craziness you go into, I'm just saying. The Layers tab helps you manage applier clothing. How most mesh bodies work is that instead of the clothing being attached like system-supported clothing, they're applied in the layers on the mesh body. Imagine it just like a regular body. The tattoos are pretty much on your skin. And then you put on your unmentionables or whatever, and then your regular clothing. Now, the stars icon here controls the gloss of the material, and you'll find this icon on a lot of the other tabs, which can be controlled by the sliders on the right. This is useful when you're looking to add shine to a material, say like latex or leather, instead of something like cotton or wool. To the right of that is the mask blend button. This is useful for see-through stuff like stockings as opposed to wool socks. And of course, we have the color palette to the right of that as well. Below all that, we have buttons that can turn the gloves and socks layers on and off, as well as a button to clear all the layers in one fell swoop, so you don't have to go clicking every single thing. The Articles tab will allow you to save layers so you can apply them and the Outfits tab is pretty much the same, except it saves all the layers together. I typically don't use these tabs since I'm a big fan of convenience and one-click changes. I usually combine applier layers along the mesh clothing for a complete look. So what I will do is I will copy the original body I bought and set one up for a body for each outfit. This way I can simply call up the other body that matches the outfit. It does take longer to load the outfit this way, so if you use applier exclusive clothing only and you have a slower system, this may be more ideal for you. Personally, I would like to see a system where it can apply attachments as well as change the appliers on the body, but that's another segment for another time. Now, body sliders do work on the mesh body to an extent. There are certain features such as height, hips, things like that will respond to the mesh body. They will not respond to every single slider. Get your hands on it, get that look you've been looking for. Just make sure you save a copy in case you end up with something you don't really care for. All it takes is a little bit of love and passion, and you will most certainly turn heads. Anyway, thank you for joining us at the Dollhouse. I'm your Rockin Dolly, Daphne Danger, and this has been Wound Up Fashion. Next time, we're going to cover mesh heads. So until then, remember, fashion is what you make it. Hey, any questions I haven't answered here? Don't worry, I don't bite unless you take me out to dinner first. Drop me a comment or shoot me an email at mdaphnemarlow@hotmail.com. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring my bell.